Hi guys, so I wanted to share this story with you. This is a man called Joe. He's from the UK. He moved to Spain some years ago. A number of years ago, he returned to the UK in order to vote in a special referendum. Yes, the Brexit referendum. And he voted to leave. Now, you're going to hear his motivation for doing that. He said it was in order for the UK to rule itself. But let's hear what he had to say.
Retired at 65 as normal. As a lot of people, we're on a caravan site. There must be 650 caravans on our site alone. Beautiful place to be, beautiful place to relax in. We're generally here mainly in the winter because of my health, as many others here are here for their health at our ages. In saying that, we like summer, we come here, we stay, in the summertime. Brexit itself, when it first started, it was going to be brilliant because I honestly believed that Britain should stay Britain and we run by ourselves.
Britain should stay Britain and we should be run by ourselves. Now, I have raised this point on numerous occasions, how Brexiteers like Jacob Rees-Mogg, Boris Johnson, Nigel Farage were very good at selling people the idea that Britain and Europe, Britain and the European Union are two separate entities. And the European Union is enforcing its will upon the UK. The UK had no influence, on the European Union. It was not part of it. It was something always separate. And it was a lie, but it was sold very well by Brexiteers like Jacob Rees-Mogg, Boris Johnson and Nigel Farage. And they were able to sell it all around Europe, the idea that the UK and the EU are two separate things. Now, when you're part of a bloc, you're part of a group or a club or anything, something like the European Union, you have influence. You have elected members there. You're part of the decision-making process. And the UK was an active member, and it was part of the decision-making process until it decided not to be part of that. But it always sold the idea that when there are problems in the country, it's because of the EU. And the EU is the problem because we can't control it. It is attempting to control us. And unfortunately, on the other side, Remainers or others who are against Brexit were not very good at selling people the truth, telling them that, no, that's not the case. What Nigel Farage, Boris Johnson and others are telling you is a lie. But unfortunately, perhaps it's part of our instinct, part of our humanity, that we prefer to listen to the lie that's convenient, that reinforces our own idea of ourselves, than listen to the truth, which is much more difficult to accept.
Although I went home to vote to come out, and now would change my mind of what's happened. Nobody told us, nobody explained or probably thought about people like yourselves caravanning around Europe. There must be 500,000 people doing that. There's no...
Sorry, I just wanted to say, I understand that caravanning was not a big issue that was brought up during Brexit, but many people have businesses abroad, people have apartments or homes abroad, and that was mentioned that there would be changes. But I think the problem was that Brexiteers told people like Joe, everything will be okay. And the reason why they said everything would be okay is because of British exceptionalism. We used to be an empire. Spain needs you more than you need Spain. If you were to go, you'd take all your money with you, and Spain don't want that. The Spanish economy would suffer, so they're going to give you special status. Now, there was no evidence to actually back that up, but it reinforced in perhaps, I don't want to judge, but perhaps in the mind of Joe, that he was special, that Spain needed him more than he needed Spain. And for that reason, he probably thought, well, if I vote to leave, it's not going to impact me, because the Brexiteers, who have been proven to be liars on numerous occasions, but they were telling me a lie that was comfortable. And, well, Spain aren't going to kick me out. They need me more than I need them, so I'm going to vote to leave, and it's not going to have any impact on my life. Well, he was wrong.
Nobody looking after us or telling us, they forgot about the people abroad. I would say 50% where I live are having to stay for 30 days, then have to go home. Half of them haven't got nowhere to go. They've sold the house, they haven't even got family back home to stay with family. You know, this 90-day thing is just tripping everybody. Instead of making it 180 and 90 as well.
I'm sorry, but you don't get to dictate rules in the EU now. You can't say, well, Spain should extend it from 90 days to 180 days because that would be more comfortable for me. I'm sorry, you don't have that power anymore. You're no longer a member of the European Union. You voted to take that power away. I'm sorry it's an inconvenience for you. Look, and I know there are people in Spain who did not vote to leave, people who understood that it was going to be a problem, and they're suffering the consequences too. But I think Joe should not be angry with Spain or the European Union. He should be angry with the people who lied to him. He should be angry with Nigel Farage, Jacob Rees-Mogg, Boris Johnson. Why isn't he petitioning his embassy? Why isn't he complaining at his embassy? Why doesn't he organise this 500,000 people he's talking about to march on the embassy and demand that the embassy, the British government, do something? I don't think they can do anything, but at least don't be angry with the people who were on your side. The Spanish government didn't want Britain to leave the European Union. Britain wanted to leave. Brexiteers wanted to leave.
What everybody would agree with and think it would be brilliant to do. There's people panicking on selling their properties purely because they're going to be away from their properties for 90 days. There's so many rumours going around we don't know. But at the same time, I would love to see a future where we've got 180 days. If I thought where I know what I know now, when I think the same thing now, there's no way would I have voted the way I did. Because it's harming me and my future of what I want to do with what time we have left with me and my wife together in this sort of surrounding.
So he regrets his vote because it's harming him personally. I thought he voted to take back control. Now, some Brexiteers will say, well, the suffering that you're going through is the cost of freedom. Now, I don't believe that. I think it's charlatan talk. But how would he respond to that? I'm sorry you're going to suffer the consequences of your vote, but that's the cost of freedom. You wanted to take back control, and we've taken back control. Shouldn't you be happy? Shouldn't this be a minor price to pay? Look, I'm not trying to be mean with Joe here, but he voted to take other people's rights away too. He voted to stop freedom of movement. He voted to stop British people moving to Spain and made it difficult for people living in Spain to move back to the UK. Many people are going to have to sell their homes in Spain. As he said in the interview, many people have sold everything and moved to Spain, and they're going to have some problems. But once again, stop being angry with the European Union. Stop being angry with the system in Spain. Be angry with the people who lied to you. Be angry with Jacob Rees-Mogg, Boris Johnson and Nigel Farage. And Michael Gove for that matter. Those are the people who told you everything would be okay. Those are the people who lied to you. Maybe you should ask them for some compensation. Maybe you should ask them to put some pressure on the European Union to fix the problems that they said did not exist. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot. I want to say a big thank you to all of my patrons. You ensure that this channel continues to exist. I'm eternally grateful for all of your support. If you join Patreon, you will receive instant access to our Discord server, where we have both audio and video chats. You can chat with me and other patrons, where we discuss important and non-important issues. Becoming a patron per month costs about the same as a large coffee, so why not check it out?